Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine again. It's December the 15th. We're just 10 days away from Christmas, and this is the time of the year that we reveal to you our nominees for the Knife of the Year. And this year, we also have Folder of the Year. So please, hang tight. You'll love this one. Guys, welcome back. As I said, it's that time of year that we reveal to you our nominees for both Knife of the Year and Folders of the Year. And this year we saw some fantastic blades. We heard a lot from you about the blades that you saw here and also the ones that you read about in the magazine. Appreciate all those comments, and some of you had the same feelings that we did. But I want to get this thing rolling so we can get it in and out for you. There are 10 categories that we look at. Well, this is how it happens. First of all, when we open a knife, we're looking for a wow factor when we first see it. Something that possibly turns our head. We've not seen this before. We haven't seen this idea before. What's the concept that the guy's got going on, or the gal? It doesn't matter the sex who made the knife, but there are certain things that pop out at you. Next thing, what's it going to do in the hand? And then we take it out in the bush and we do our thing with that. And throughout the year, we start picking up, positive things, negative things, and we keep notes all year long, and we get the nominees going. So let me tell you what those categories are, and I'm just going to read them to you. I got my laptop out here, but it's easier, okay? 10 categories. Number 1 is the concept. Number 2 is the design. Number 3 is the materials. Number 4 is how it performs doing bushcraft tasks. How does it process game would be the next one. How does it process firewood? Can you make a fire easily with one of these knives? Next one is the strength of the knives. Is it tough enough to be able to withstand what we do? And then while we're doing, we want to know about the edge retention and the maintenance. And then, believe it or not, we also judge them on the sheaths that they go into, because there are companies out there that have some pretty decent knives, and then they'll sell, send a crappy sheath with it. And as far as I'm concerned, a sheath says a lot about a maker and about how it's going to perform out in the field. So those are the 10 categories. We're going to get away from here for just a second. We're going to break away, and we're going to get a tight shot in here, and we're going to go from there so you can really see what's going on here. Hang on, everybody. Here we go. This is the first knife that we are going to nominate. This is by Winkler Knives. It's an impressive knife. If you don't know anything about Daniel Winkler got his start with reenactment knives. And if you've never seen the movie Last of Mohicans, it is well worth spending the time to watch it and pay attention to all the blades that are there, because those are Daniel Winkler's blades. But that's what's got his start, and then he become very, very popular with the tactical military community, and that's pretty much where his focus is at right now. But this is the knife right here that he submitted this year, and it is one of my personal favorites. This is the WK Field Knife. The steel is 80 CRV2. It's got a black oxide no glare finish. The length of the blade is 5 3/4 itself, and it has an overall length of 10 3/4 or 10 1/4 inch. The blade thickness is 3/16. It's a full tapered tang, obviously. It's got thumb index file work, and the sheath that it comes with is a Kydex with the leather cover. It's pretty neat. I'm not going to do the sheaths right now. I'm just wanting you to know what's going on with the knife. Price on this guy is $410, and again, you've heard me say this before, a lot of people wince when they hear about the price of a knife, but when you're talking about having to depend on a knife for your life is worth a whole lot more than $410. If I was an operator, if I was working out in the field again, this is what I'd probably be taking with me, you know, as far as a fixed blade knife. This is the right size for me, but it is a beautiful knife with those walnut scales. Perfect knife. All right, that's number one. And you know, these aren't in any particular order. It's just the way that they happen. The second one is by L.T. Wright. L.T. Wright last year ended up with the Knife of the Year award. He submitted his Genesis Scandi, and it is a beautiful knife. But this one here is called the GNS Go No Show. It's got a saber grind on it, as you can see. But this has been one of the popular knives in our arsenal this year. Everything by L.T. Wright has been, that we've seen, has just been superb. Great shop over there, great crew. LT is a great guy, you know, very integral company that you can trust. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this knife. It's overall 9.5 inches. The sharpened edge is 4 1/4 inches. It's made out of 1/8 inch 01 steel. It's got a saber grind on it, as I said, and the scales are micarta. And this comes with a custom leather sheath. You know, some of the sheaths that this guy has, they come out of Illinois, but I'm just reach over. I said I wasn't going to do sheaths, but I mean, the sheaths with this is how a sheath should come. I mean, it should be this quality, even if it isn't made out of leather, if it's Cadura or whatever it is, Kydex, it needs to be quality, and that's what LT Wright always sends, is quality sheaths. The price on this is an amazing $210. We really love this knife here. Next one up is by Pops. You know, that was one of the things that we've often been asking. Do you ever do any commercial knives when you do these? Absolutely, we do commercial knives. We like custom knife makers, you know, but you know, every now and then we're going to get a knife that really impresses us because of its performance, and we're able to trust it. It's reliable out in the field. This one's by Tops. It's called the Fieldcraft, and they collaborated with a group called the Brothers of the Bushcraft, and that's a bunch of North American outdoorsmen from all walks of life and different disciplines, and they designed this knife. It is a great knife. We really like this here, and the dope on this is that the blade length on it is 4 3/4. The cutting edge is 4 1/2. The thickness is just a little under 3/4 of an inch. You can see here on the spine. The steel on this is 1095. That's RC'd out to a 5658. The blade finish is a black traction coating. I kind of like that coating. The handle material, of course, is micarta. This has got a bow drill divot in it. It also has a ferrule rod striker on it. Love the way that it's put together. It's well balanced. Everything about it, it's good. It weighs about 9.6 ounces, and the sheath. Now this would be one of those areas where, you know, I'm saying, hey, you know, I'm not so hip on the sheath, and you know, here's why. Look, this beautiful knife put in this particular sheath. I don't really care for that. That's just me, you know. And again, that's a part of the grade here. So that's a great knife. The cost on this knife on their website right now is $200. But as we go here, I'm going to be able to share some stuff with you. This came to us through BattleBox, as a matter of fact. And if you get on BattleBox's website, you can buy this knife a lot cheaper. If they're still available, you know. So when you hear me talk about stuff from BattleBox, it's not guaranteed it's going to be there if you don't get out right away and get it, you know. So this is a great knife. I wouldn't hesitate depending my life on this knife. It's a good knife. All right, the next one comes from our friend way out there in Montana, Mr. Dean Hazuka. Remember, Dean last year had the set of survival knives. One was a neck knife, and one was, you know, it wasn't like a Kephart knife, but it was built more or less on the platform. Beautiful knife. This one here he calls the Dixie Hunter, and there was really mixed reviews on this, you know, not because of the quality or the materials or anything like that. It's just about the particular size of the knife, you know. It's great for skinning. It's great for processing game, small tasks around the campfire, you know. But would this be a knife that you could take out if you had one tool? Would this guy do it? That has been the question. But I mean, still, it got nominated as Knife of the Year for 2019 because of the quality of the knife, the design, the look, everything about it. Dean Hazuka makes period style reproduction knives, and this is a little Skinner type of knife. He calls it the Dixie Hunter. It's made out of 1095 high carbon steel. It's 3/16 inch stock. It's a modified drop point blade, 8 inches overall with a 3.75 cutting edge. And as always, he uses these bird's eye maple scales with brass pins. And this also comes with a custom leather sheath. And I tell you what, one thing that you'll find out about Dean Hazuka is that he probably underprices his knives. This knife is only $95 from him, and again, it comes with a custom leather sheath. Everything that we've seen from Dean has been very, very nice. So we're excited to be able to present this one to you as well. It's a great little knife. All right, and the last one, the last of the 5 knives, last year, Mike from Grayman Knives submitted something called the Bowie, MP Bowie. This year, this is called the Darfur Defender, and you know, it's a stainless knife, and because of that, it's going to be funky in the light here. It's really shiny here, but Rocky has had this on his side for a good part of the year. But you know, look at this knife. I mean, this is a hefty booger right here. You know, I can hardly get it in the shot there. Look at that. Nice knife, well balanced, works well. This is made from 154 cm steel. It's a little over a 1/4 inch thick. Unbelievable. It has a 7.5 inch blade and is 13.5 inches overall. The scales are G10, I mean, it just, this is a humdinger of a knife. You know, I mean, if you're talking about an operator's knife, and really he makes a lot of tactical knives. I mean, you could just see this. This is tactical all over it. You know, you're talking about a one-stop shop. Nice pummel on the end with the lanyard hole there. You know, so there are your 5 knives. And I got to tell you, I like this knife here. Rocky really loved this knife. Everybody that handled it, you know, were just impressed, you know, by the heft and the size of it, because, you know, you can build snares with this, traps with this. You can build your sniper lays with this. You can build just about any kind of shelter with this, you know. So there are the 5 knives for this year for 2019. All right, so there you have it. The 5 nominees for the 2019 Knife of the Year. It could happen with any of them, and we're going to do that next week, the week of Christmas. We're going to reveal who that is, and at this point, we don't know. It's going to be very, very close. There are some really nice blades here. So until then, if you like our video here, hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and when you do, that email down there, Tony@BACKWOODSBiker.com. Just send us an email and say, I'm a subscriber now. We're going to enter into our monthly giveaway database. We give away gear every month. And this month we got some pretty neat stuff that we're going to be giving away during Christmas time. So until then, I want you guys to be safe out there. You ride free, you live free, and have a great holiday.